Every story has a final chapter. And for us as your main host, and for the SUBMECHANOPHOBIA series here on Fastpass Facts, this is it. For our last dive, we're showing you some of the craziest things we've ever found, from giant sunken crocodiles all the way to a brand new nightmarish bunyip we just uncovered. So, for one last time, we're diving deep. But this chapter's end is another's beginning. We've left a brand new, exclusive ranking of our most terrifying finds yet waiting for you right now at our new home, Animatronic Lore. The link is in the description. Now let's begin the final dive.
Some dinosaurs went extinct. Others ended up here. This is the craziest, funniest thing we're gonna see on the list. It's a super bizarre boat ride in Dam Sen Park, Vietnam. The ride has everything. Psychotic dinosaurs, just take a look at this lunatic raving. Killer jellyfish. Literally, watch how they nearly blow these poor clueless people's heads off. The whole thing is bonkers, especially because the animatronics are so close and, yeah, pretty wild in design. You're in a boat, and there are these super weird dinosaur animatronics, all just millimeters from the water and from your boat. Some have mechanical issues, others look like they've been abusing the mushrooms growing right next to them. Right at the start, you see La Trucha, a totally unhinged dinosaur with eyes like a possessed machine. It moves as crazy as a trout, hence the name. Disclaimer, that name isn't official, I made it up. That gives you an idea of what's coming because it gets even wilder. If you have automatanophobia, yeah, I really wouldn't recommend this. In just 2 minutes, you've already got 3 animatronics going full attack mode on you. Then, for some reason, our little family thought, hey, let's have a picnic with the dinosaurs. You've got ducks chilling with frogs and dinos. Good thing we weren't invited to that reunion. Right after that comes the best part, or maybe the worst, depends how brave you are. You see this T-Rex type just hanging out, and then, boom, something possesses it. It goes full beast mode, biting like crazy. And the craziest part, it's right next to your boat. You can literally touch it. Someone even handed it a pamphlet, and it ate it. This ride is a straight-up safety hazard, but like, hilarious and terrifying at the same time. And if you think I'm exaggerating, wait for it. After a tunnel, you see another dino with a long crocodile jaw, and it's so close to the boat, you literally have to duck. Like I said, if animatronics freak you out, this one's probably not for you. Then comes the most terrifying scene, and don't judge me, I don't know why it scared me so much. You see these Brontosaurus types off in the distance. They move weird and have glowing eyes. They're huge, super menacing, like they're in full attack mode. And as if that wasn't enough, they've got a possessed Triceratops minion hanging around to make things even more intimidating. If you listen closely, the minion is actually warning you about something. Listen. If you didn't catch it, it's because you don't speak animatronic. But basically it's saying, heads up, they're gonna try to blow your head off. And as expected, right after that, a tiki-looking thing just launches at you. I honestly don't know what that is. The ride keeps going with dinos attacking you. Yeah, like this totally bonkers pteranodon just swoops in out of nowhere. And then, to wrap it up, we reach the drop. You see something coming, the plants start shaking, but honestly, it kind of looks like they're dancing at a concert. And there's this tiny monkey just vibing in sync with the plant. We drop and boom, we're face to face with what looks like decapitated, impaled dinosaur heads. I know they're not that, but seriously, who thought that design was a good idea? Quoting the angry video game nerd here.
What were they thinking?
And finally, one last attack from the Yeti. But it's not really an attack. He's just waving us off. Or maybe waving a flag for someone to come rescue him from that nightmare ship. Honestly, the ride looks incredible. Solid 10 out of 10 for being so weird, wild, and totally original. And yeah, we already know the comments are coming. Fastpass facts, they're not even in the water. You're right. But they're surrounded by water and we're in a boat, literally brushing past them. So they're on the list. End of story.
Imagine going shopping with your family for a living room set, checking out furniture, and suddenly you see a pond, and boom, out of nowhere this nightmare jumps out to attack you. Well, this super specific scenario can happen at Hefner Furniture and Appliance in Missouri. This isn't your typical Pottery Barn, you're welcome for the free ad. No. This is a furniture store with a very peculiar twist. It's also a roadside attraction, with exhibits ranging from retired race cars and speedboats to airplanes, plus hanging decor like vintage bicycles and boats. They even have a 1950s themed cafe with free popcorn. And by the way, don't give popcorn to ducks. It's bad for us. But the highlight and why we're here is Shivers the Shark. From a distance, you can see a wooden ship. And right there, a wooden bridge, a calm pond. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Shivers bursts from the depths in a terrifying way. The shark itself is pretty simple, but the size is huge. And what makes it so unsettling is that you're absolutely not expecting something like that when you're shopping for your bedroom set. Shivers is rarely mentioned in the SUBMECHANOPHOBIA community and definitely deserves more recognition. So leave him a message and I'll pass it along. Maybe it'll put him in a good mood and get me a discount on my new living room.
Okay, so without a doubt, this is definitely the scariest job you could ever have if you've got SUBMECHANOPHOBIA. Wait, what the heck is that, you're probably thinking, right? Alright, meet the super famous Moby Dick. This absolutely massive prop was built for the 1956 film Moby Dick starring Gregory Peck. It was made at Elstree Studios, and after they finished filming in 1955, they actually donated it to the London Zoo, and they put it in this super tiny pond right next to where people walk. And I mean, the size of this whale, it's insane. The only footage we've got is this old clip where they're cleaning it. Imagine having that job. You're brushing the teeth of a fake whale the size of a small house. The pond is so shallow and it's right there by the edge. It's just, it's creepy. Now technically, it didn't have any mechanical parts, no motors or anything, but I don't care, it still belongs on the list. I mean, personally, I think the Moby Dick from Pleasure Island still wins for the scariest whale animatronic ever, but what do you think? Let me know, yeah?
This, in my opinion, is one of the scariest animatronics on the list. Meet Dquila, the viral crocodile from the Philippines. Dquila isn't just any crocodile. This is a full-body animatronic, 22 feet long. It runs on hydropneumatic tech, compressed air, and needs about 14 people to operate its movements. It was designed by Tawong Lipad Creative Studio for the series Lolong. Dquila is inspired by a real-life crocodile, Lolong, the largest ever captured and kept in captivity. Sadly, Lolong passed away back in 2013. Now, the show isn't about Lolong's real story. Nah, it uses Dquila more like a guardian of nature. And this animatronic, it became a total sensation in the Philippines. The production rolled it through the streets like it was a real captured crocodile, and people were stunned by the sheer size. Images went viral online. Just look at the size. And the way it sits there, half submerged. It's wild. Scariest part? In tests, they put this thing in a swimming pool, and I'm telling you, not even for $1 million would I swim with it. With all due respect, of course.
What's more terrifying than a Spinosaurus animatronic? Okay, wait, before I tell you, go watch our video Jurassic Park Animatronics Part 4. It's in the description and there's a QR code too. Yeah? Now I'll tell you. A Spinosaurus animatronic floating in the water, toward you. But, what's even more terrifying than that? 2 giant Spinosauruses swimming in the river, literally centimeters from your boat. Gulp. That's exactly what people experienced on the Chao Phraya River. It was this promo thing for Jurassic Park Rebirth and Universal. Yeah, they had 2 massive floating animatronics built, just casually gliding through the river right next to tourist boats. I mean, imagine you're just there, relaxing, chilling, and boom, you see that. Pretty sure I'd just, faint on the spot. And hey, the design? Honestly impressive. I mean, okay, they're basic, just tail movement and all, but seeing them half submerged like that, it's enough to make your feathers stand on end. I love floating on lakes, but now, every time I'm out there, I'm just gonna be thinking about those giant Spinosauruses creeping up behind me, ready for duck dinner.
There's nothing like having a physical creature on set. Gerardo Olivares, director of The Lighthouse of the Whales, understood that perfectly. He brought in David Marty's team, best known for Pan's Labyrinth, to create the main Orca animatronic. Marty teamed up with DDT Studio, led by Raul Romanillos, and they built a hyper-realistic Orca animatronic. It runs on pneumatic cylinders and servo motors, obviously, for the expressions. And yep, it's remote-controlled, just like certain ducks I happen to know. The animatronic opens its mouth, the blowhole works and sprays water, it moves its tongue. It does everything a real orca does. The craftsmanship is impressive, and the design is obviously water-resistant. As beautiful as orcas are, being in the water with that machine must be a pretty intimidating experience.
Once, this was one of the most elegant houses on the English coast. 5 rocks. A villa built on the cliff. Spacious halls, high ceilings, windows facing the sea. This is Rumpus Mansion, a haunted attraction inside a real 19th century mansion at Black Gang Chine on the Isle of Wight. It is an incredible attraction, packed with animatronic creatures. It's like someone mixed Mystic Manor from Hong Kong Disneyland with Monster Mansion from Six Flags. This attraction opened in 1993 as part of the park's 150th anniversary. And, fun fact, this is actually the oldest theme park in the UK. Since the attraction is full of creatures you activate with buttons, if you like, and you leave me loads of comments saying Rumpus, I'll make a more detailed video all about the park and this attraction. But the reason we're here is in this garden. During the walkthrough, we found a fountain with this super cool gremlin-style design and a kind of fish in the center. And in the water, you can see 2 mischievous gremlins hanging out, pop up, dive, like they're plotting something. What's really sus? They look so similar to that Australian animatronic, the Billabong Bunyip. These gremlins could be his 2 long-lost brothers, honestly. But to me, they're not scary at all. They're kinda silly and cute. I think what makes SUBMECHANOPHOBIA actually creepy is more about the size of the animatronic and the body of water it's in. You know, I'd totally adopt these gremlins. Like, look, I live with Scrumpy Lee. Nothing could be more annoying than him.
Okay, don't roast me, please. This, let me be clear, is not an animatronic, but it works like one. The only difference is that its servos and pneumatics are humans, and it's one of the biggest puppets in the world, The Giant Diver by Royale Deluxe. This French company is famous for massive outdoor shows with colossal marionettes, and one of those shows is the Deep Sea Diver. This is insane how it works. You need 30 people called the Lilliputians who use pulleys and ropes and jump and sink to move the puppet. If Luce and Sauco have to sink to move us, and sometimes it's hard, I can't even imagine 30 people moving this perfectly. This diver appears in some of the most impressive and also terrifying acts. In Sea Odyssey, this marionette emerges from the River Mersey, rising from the water. Seeing something that huge come out of the water, even if you don't have SUBMECHANOPHOBIA, will probably give it to you. This human-powered animatronic symbolizes so much mystery and the connection between humans and the ocean. And now that I think about it, this diver looks a lot like the giant French animatronics from La Machine as well. So, a shout out to all our French ducks, because we know plenty of you are out there.
Bunyip alert! Yes! We just found another bunyip. And you could say this video has actually uncovered 3 bunyips, if we count the ones from Rumpus Mansion. Anyway, this next creature comes from a beloved family park called Rainbow Valley in Prince Edward Island, Canada. The park was opened by the Davison family in 1969. 36 years later, it closed abruptly. One of the most loved parts of the park was Rainbow the Bunyip. Not the official name, but come on, I need one, right? It was a bunyip that popped up at set intervals, showing its head, body, and tail. Super simple, fiberglass, easy to maintain mechanics, all crafted by the Davison family. This creature has been pretty elusive. There wasn't much footage, but thanks to Patrick Halbeck and other amazing fans of the park, we managed to get a lot. When the park closed, Rumours swirled that Rainbow had met the same fate as the Billabong Bunyip, rotting away at the bottom. But nope, Rainbow is safe and sound in Davison family storage. We even found a video of him in his cozy little retirement home. And now I need to know, what's your favourite Bunyip? For me, it'll always be Bertha.
And we close the list with a creature from one of my favorite franchises, Alien. This time I'm bringing you the Aquatic Facehugger. These tiny little nightmares have been haunting everyone since the first Alien movie came out, and the concept? Horrible. If you didn't know, a facehugger jumps onto your face, clamps on, and incubates an alien inside you. After a while, it lets go, but the damage is done. A brand new alien burst out of your tummy, and, well, rest in peace.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
For the new movie Alien Romulus, director Fede Alvarez brought in a ton of animatronics. We already covered them in another video if you want to know more. And one of them was this swimming facehugger that does the scariest thing. It launches at you. In tests by Weta Workshop, it's remote controlled and tugged by invisible cables. Watching it swish its tail underwater is already unsettling, but then seeing it shoot forward and almost nail the puppeteer? I mean, no thank you. The Weta team said, because puppeteers would cause ripples in the water, we created a speed-controlled, winch-operated facehugger on a submerged track so that it could reveal itself at just the right moment. Our engineering team even devised a side-to-side motion from the base of the tail to the winch. The result? A terrifying creature that slowly came out of the water and accelerated into a final, leaping attack. I truly never want to be near a facehugger, even if we do share a species. Not the xenomorph species, the animatronic species. And with that terrible joke, we close the list. And Lily and I wrap up our time as hosts of Fastpass Facts. We want to thank you for all the love you've given us. Remember to subscribe to our new channel, Animatronic Lore, and check out the new video.